It's as if Africans can't keep it in their pants. Hello, what's up? Today I'm going to be talking about Before 30, which is out on Prime Video. This is a series, even though it's barely slightly over 2 hours. It's been directed by B B Sasore. It is by Nemsia Films. It starts out with a woman in her 20s, in her late 20s, giving herself a target of getting married by 30, hence the name. And along the way, how she and three of her best friends who form her support system navigate relationships, society, culture, pressure, and all of that makes for this series. Now, this group of friends navigating through their lives is it's nothing new. It's one of the oldest formats in the book, if I may say so. But that being said, it is also one of the most successful formats. I don't remember who it was who told me that, a lot of what happens in Nollywood happens keeping women audiences in mind. And that might be the reason why this format is so successful. Uh, but that being said, there are interesting characters over here. There is a successful protagonist, Temi. There is this flirty and vivacious Inkem, a happy-go-lucky, devout Christian, Emma, and the only married friend of the group, and the only Muslim friend in this otherwise group of Christians, Aisha. A lot of what they go through is, I wouldn't say cliched, but there is a deja vu definitely over there. But that is not to say that this series does not have any freshness. In fact, there is a lot of freshness in many aspects. There is a certain amount of freshness that comes from the friendship and how non judgmental it is, because these characters face a lot of friction outside, but there's hardly any friction between them. And that's really sweet. That's really endearing. Another thing that really stood out for me is that how this was so high on comedy. There are some really good laughs in here, and there is nuance as well. Now, another thing I have to talk about over here is that while writing such content around young people, around romance, and around dilemmas, there is this African compulsion to have promiscuity thrown in. Or when there are young people in a room, there's always a reveal which is about two or more of these characters having slept with the same person, and that is an African thing. It's I mean, you get to see it in Kenyan movies, Ghanaian movies, South African movies. It's there across popular content. I mean, going by popular content, it's as if Africans can't keep it in their pants. But that being said, that is a major difference in this series, because this series, they have very thoughtfully evaded that trap, I may say. Even though at the start it does seem to be heading into that direction where one of her friends starts talking to her ex or her soon going to be ex. It does seem to be heading in that direction, but that was smartly done. But then, talking about other plot points that the film touches upon, unfortunately, not everything reaches its conclusion. Like even if we talk about the protagonist alone, she so she starts off by breaking up with this one guy, and then she gets into another relationship, and she soon breaks up with him, and the audience is left wondering why, because he seems to be a really nice guy otherwise. Anyway, after that, she then goes into another relationship, and then she faces a problem. Now there is a solution right in front of her, but she still seems to be struggling, and you don't know why. So there are all these things that don't really add up, and somehow while I was going through it, and another thing is that this protagonist also has given herself this time limit, a deadline of getting married by the time she's 30. And there is a ticker that is like, she's got 580 days left, 540 days left, whatever. And that never reaches zero. So that sort of makes you think that, okay, there is a sequel that will answer all of this. And that's when I got to know that this is a series from 2015. And there is a sequel coming out now, which would be called After 30. But I doubt it's going to answer all those loose ends from that series. So, yeah, there are those loose ends and there are those things that plot points that don't reach their conclusions. Anyway, talking about the film about the series from a technical standpoint, it's got all the makings of what I'd call urban Nollywood. It is glossy, it's appealing, and it's a fun watch all in all. Moving on to performances, Damilola Adegbite, what a stunner this woman is, and she's a good actor too. But I don't know how to explain this, but in this series it looked like her eyebrows were overacting a little bit. But all in all, she did a good job. Yeah, she did. Beverly Naya as the free spirited one is feisty. She is glam and she is on point. Really good actor for the role. Annie Icha, she is cute, she is funny, she's an amazing performer. She brings comic relief and she brings those emotional moments. She comes across as that friend whom you need to have in your friend circle or your friend group. Meg Otanwa as Aisha probably has the most nuanced character, and she has succeeded in bringing it alive. A fine job here as well. Now, there are many more actors in this series, but one actor who stood out for me, one actor who I feel deserves a mention is Gideon Okeke. He has a small role, but there's some real good comic timing, and he definitely makes his mark. All in all, if you're looking for something fun to watch, something to watch while just digging into a tub of ice cream or along with like a bottle of wine or something, this makes for some amazing casual viewing. And I'm looking forward to After 30. I'd like to know your thoughts and comments on the film, if on the series, if you've seen it. Do like the video, do share, do subscribe. Till next time, bye.